Yeah, this will be my Samsung Note 5. I'm recording from an LG V20. I'm just booting up my Note 5 right now. Make sure I got a good angle for you guys. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I customized my Note 5. And I'll walk you through Action Launcher Pro. Actually showing you everything that's set up in Action Launcher Pro. And not the basic. So I gotta do my fingerprint here. Alright, this is how I look. This is how I have it tweaked out right now. I'm using the Action Launcher Pro. And I'm using the more ROM. I'll get into the ROM later. So right now, the way I have it set up, this is my search bar here. This will be your quick bar. And the way I have it set up, I can actually type in here and do a Google search, just like the Google Now app. I can go here, and this is where I have that Rolodex that I was telling you about. And then this is a nice feature that I like, because I also can go into system settings here, and I can go into the Action Launcher settings as well. So let's try regular settings. And this brings me back. And this is, if you guys remember from yesterday, your quick theme. This is where you can change the colors of your status bar. And yesterday, if you noticed that on the basic, Action Launcher Basic, you could not set up your colors here. Well, now I can do that. And this is how I set it up. And this is where, okay, for example, I'll click on that. Now you notice yesterday it says use default, upgrade. Now I just said use default and okay. So I get choices of my backgrounds. This is something that I don't use, but yes, dock backgrounds, dock separator color. You can use that. I choose not to. That's just me. Now the quick bar. This is what I was telling you about up here in the top. I can do a quick drawer. I can turn that on or off. You can see right here. And this, I can just change. I can do search mode, Google logo. That's just up to you, personal preference. And I like this little shortcut here where I can add the Play Store. You know, you'd be surprised those little icons, you know. I just eliminated 3 widgets right now just up here in this toolbar. And just by having it up there, look how much space I've already saved up my home screen. I can add the clock. And then here, if you notice, this is the same as up here. So I can actually go ahead and edit. If you see add to, remove. And that's pretty much what I have in there right now. But like I said, I can go ahead, add to, and I can add certain apps. And if you look up here, action, app, or shortcut. Okay, that's really nice because like I said, up in that quick bar, I got the widgets in here already. And also, if you notice, I can change a different kind of background. So this, I think, is a nice feature. So like I said, I got 3-4 things I can access from this one bar. And I can get rid of a lot of my widgets. Now here's what's unique. And this was the big thing about a year ago when people were complaining that the Nougat version was not going to have the app drawer anymore. This is something that I was playing with, and and I got accustomed to this because the app drawer is pretty much a nuisance to me now because I know where everything is, but a lot of people still depend on that. And this, like I showed you yesterday, I think on the LG, I think I had it by 4x4. And look at what I got here, 4x7. That's just the way I got it set up here on here. And this is where you can take that quick drawer. You can turn it on or off. And in your background where you can change the color as well. And you can sort mode. And I like the little Rolodex feature, so I keep the letter shortcuts on. And of course, this is on something I don't use because I don't use the gestures. Because sometimes I have a tendency to forget what gesture is for which. So I just don't even play there. But if you need to, if you like that, there's something that you can do. And I like the shortcuts with the home button. It actually helps out in some shortcuts. Alright, so that's pretty much how I got it worked out. Now let's leave this, going back. And that's how I have it set up. And like I said, I don't have to use the side menu, the quick drawer. And I also have, this is what's really nice too, I can use the nougat feature. It just came out just a couple months ago on this. I can just actually swipe up, and here we go into the nougat feature, which is pretty much just the way the Google Now launcher is pretty much set up, but it's a quick access. Some people like looking at the colors and need the icons. And that's a feature that I could not do with using the Action Launcher Basic on the LG V20. This is a premium feature. So basically it's a personal preference. I have my Note 5 doing 3 ways. Because if I need something on a dime, I know exactly where I'm going. I can do it a certain way. If I have to look for something, thinking about it, well, then I have to scroll down. So there's reasons for why I use 3 methods. So this is the Action Launcher Pro. This is the way I have it set up. If you want, I could change it. I don't know if I have it set up this way. No, I don't. Let's go into settings here. We'll go into applications, default applications, and I'm going to change home. And we're going to go to TouchWiz. Now I'll press home again. And this is how everything is through TouchWiz. Pretty much the same. But you notice how it changed and it brought me my app drawer back. Right here. But it's not much of a difference if you notice, but I'll guarantee you this, once you go back to Action Launcher, it's more customizable. I can change everything. And with the Action Launcher Pro, that I didn't bring up yet, nobody else really did, is that you can actually change your icons. If you don't like the look of an icon, if you have a picture of one of your contacts and you have a contact shortcut where you can just press them down, you can make their face or an image from your gallery of icon. But here's an icon pack. Pretty much in alphabetical order. Miscellaneous app drawers. You can use different colors if you don't want like white. Home, different types of homes. And it's pretty much like if you see BBC, it's just like, hey, BBC Network. So they got your standard defaults. Here's the old Google one. I love that one. I like the colors. So, and this is how I would change an icon. I would take this one here, open it, and down here, normal shortcut. And in here you can notice I can change this picture. I can use the default. I can use different icons. I can actually choose one from my gallery. These are things that you can actually do with the Action Launcher Pro, and you add on an additional icon pack. And the Moonshine, I think the Moonshine was free, I believe. And of course, okay, I will show you the Google Now. And some people actually do just like the basic, and that's fine too. We don't want that. We want that one. Then we go into default applications, and we change the home to Google Now Launcher. And I press the home screen, the home button, and bam. Even the icons are default by bigger. That's how everything's set up. And you got your Google Now on the side again, like usual. But this is why I do what I do. And now I'm back to my Action Launcher again. All right. Now, if you guys wanted to, I could go into my More mod. This is another trick. My Note5 is rooted. I have 98% control of my phone right now. And I'm not using Lollipop, Marshmallow, or Nougat on this. I'm using More, mother of all ROMs. And look at what I have here. Extended power menu. I can always add things or delete things off for shortcuts. You can always. This is what that menu would look like. That's kind of neat. I can pretty much change buttons and displays. And by changing like your status bar, your notification panels, up here in my status bar, I can change this icon for my charging. And obviously I set everything in military time in my date format. So this is all adjustable by using this toolbar here in the ROM. I can set certain things up in my lock screen as well. I can set up my NFC modifications if I need to. And this, I notice when a couple people try to type passwords into my phone for security, I guess it's me. But the normal here, if you notice, is normally it's about 300 milliseconds. But I don't know. I think with me and my overdosing in caffeine, I like mine a little bit faster. And I have it set up that way, and I'm kind of used to that, but I notice a lot of people, when they touch my phone, they hold it too long. So I kind of like this feature, because it confuses everybody up, and this way if somebody is grabbing my phone when it's open, chances are they're going to be screwed up, and that gives me a couple extra second delay, where I can like give them a little bit of a delay, and gives me more time to actually catch them using it. It's like, what are you doing? Because they don't know the timing on my keypad. It's actually a good feature that I discovered by accident. Oh, this is one reason why I would probably like to reroute or root your device and actually total customizing your phone. That's the wonderful thing about Android. I think it's sweet. You can change everything. Everybody's got the same user. You know, everybody's got the same operating system pretty much, but the customizing, the changes that you can actually make with Android versus an iPhone, you're pretty much limited. And that's why I like the Android, and that's why I like Root. Having control over my device, make it to look the way I want. I was enjoying the new nougat features on the LG V20. I was kind of like, there were some things that I didn't like, some things that I do like, some things that I miss. You know how it is when you're going from an old phone to a new phone. You're changing things, you don't know where to look. I had the basic Action Launcher Basic set up on the LG V20, and it worked instantly. It looked identical to what I was actually using on my Note 5, even though the ROM is different. I just couldn't believe how similar it looked. I was ready to grab for my S Pen, and there's no S Pen on the LG V20. So that's why I strongly recommend, when you get a new device, tweak it. And that's what we call tweaking. Call it customizing. You know, so make it to look the way you want it to work. Don't let the manufacturer decide how you use your phone. It's yours. You got it for 2 years. Enjoy it. Make it your best friend. Make it work the way you want it to work. All right. You guys have a happy new year. 3 more days. CES 2017 coming up. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great holiday. More to come.